friends, and welcome back. This is Patty Bennett with PattyStamps.com. I have a beautiful project kit for you today. I'm so excited to share this with you. It's so pretty. It's actually two separate items, so you will get the supplies to make this smaller little accordion book that has 4 beautiful photos that I've taken in my garden, and a larger one. So you get the supplies to make both. Let me show you how to create these. In your kit, here's what you're going to find. 4 of the large envelopes, 4 of the small envelopes, 4 large pieces of Whisper White cardstock and 4 small pieces, and then your 8 pieces of colored Stampin' Up! Cardstock, plus your 2 sheets of printed pictures, and these are done through the My Digital Studio print service. They are on the really heavyweight cardstock, so this is going to be a nice sturdy project, and you're going to love the way that this feels once it's all done. Now the only things that you're really going to need are some adhesive. I like to use snail, a bone folder, and you're going to need a trimmer or a cutter to cut apart the pictures of the flowers. Everything else will be cut and ready for you to use. The process is going to be the same to assemble these, whether you're making the larger one or the smaller one. So just repeat this process with both. The first thing that you want to do is just open up the flap of 3 of the envelopes, and you're going to lay it out, and you're going to attach them like this in a row. So what I do is I just go ahead and lick the adhesive, and then I'm going to tuck the flap like this so that these are attached, but then I want to lift this up and put a little bit of adhesive right here just to keep that nice and secure. Okay, so you can see that I've just attached 2 of them together using the flap. Now I'll repeat that. And then I'll attach the last one. And on the final one, all you need to do is lick the flap and seal it down. Of course, if you don't like licking envelopes, you can just use your snail. Okay, so now I've got them all attached, and the first 2 are going to fold together, and then you're going to fold backwards at this one, and then the last 2 fold in, and that makes your accordion. So you can see here that it makes an M. Oh, or a W, whatever you prefer. Okay? And then we're going to take the 4 pieces of white cardstock. Now, if you're using the larger envelopes, grab your larger pieces of white cardstock, and you're going to use your bone folder and just fold each one in half. Like that, so that all 4 of the pieces are folded in half. So I have all 4 of my pieces of Whisper White folded in half. Then I'm going to come back to my folded up envelopes, and I'm going to attach these 4 to this envelope assembly here. So 2 of them are going to go here and here, and this will actually be the front side of your project. You're just going to use your snail and put those on, and then you'll flip it over, and the other 2 are going to go this way on the back. Okay, so that all of the surfaces of the envelopes get covered, and this makes it really sturdy. So let me go ahead and attach those and then I'll show you the rest. So I have all 4 of those folded Whisper White pieces attached. 2 are in the front and 2 are on the back. And like I said, this makes it really nice and sturdy, and it makes it a nice, beautiful display piece for your mantle or your desk, and it's going to look great when you've got it finished. And then you'll grab, you can see the 2 sheets here. One of them has larger pictures of the flowers and one of them has smaller. So I'm working on the larger one. I'm going to grab the printed sheet with the larger pictures and my trimmer. And here's a tip for you. This is what I find the easiest when I'm doing something like this, is I am going to go ahead and trim around the whole outside, and I'm lining up the little groove in the track with the edge of the printed piece here. And I'm going to go around the entire outside and cut those 4 edges first, because this just makes less cutting in the long run if you go ahead and do that instead of trying to cut all 4 of these out individually. Okay, so I've got them all lined up so that you can do that very easily, and then you're just going to make a couple more cuts to get all 4 pieces cut out. Now I mentioned these were from my garden. I love to garden. I got that from my mom. She was a beautiful gardener, and I really enjoy time in my garden. The exception though is the sunflowers are from a field near our home, and I go usually in the fall, and I love to take pictures there of the sunflowers. So those aren't in my garden, but they are beautiful nonetheless, aren't they? So this piece here, what I have done is given you cardstock to mat this piece of hydrangea and then do this separately. So if you'll go ahead and cut out that piece there, then you can trim this to whatever size you want. If you want it to be a little bit smaller, you can. And you can also color this in with your Stampin' Up! Markers if you want to. So that would be really beautiful. And then the pieces of cardstock that I've given you are all sized just perfectly to mat your 4 pictures. And if you would prefer to mat other colors, you can do that. I've done the cherry blossoms on the pink, and I did the sunflowers on the tangerine tango, and then I did the rose on the daffodil delight. And then you'll find your smaller piece that will layer just right onto the hydrangea. So you'll want to go ahead and use your snail and attach those together. And then all you need to do is to snail those onto the 4 panels on your beautiful envelope assembly, and it's ready to go. So how fun is that? It's very easy, and it just makes such a beautiful inspirational display piece. One tip that I didn't share with you, I just want to fit this in real quickly here. Whenever I am using a photograph, I do not like to put my snail on the back of it because sometimes it pushes through and it makes a little bit of an indent. So what I like to do in this case is put my adhesive onto my mat, and then I place my photo onto the mat. That's kind of backwards of how I normally like to do a matted photo or a matted piece of artwork, but just for photos, that is my preference. I don't want to mark up the photo. Now, let me show you something really fun that you might want to do with your kit. One thing you can do with this kit, if you prefer, is you can actually make them into cards. So when you mat your photo onto the cardstock and you have your folded white card, you could actually just go ahead and put the card together like a greeting card. And then When you have all 4 of them from that set done, you'll have a set of 4 cards. You could do the other set, you'll have a set of 8 cards. And then of course you'll have the envelopes to go with it so that you can make a little set of note cards with envelopes if you prefer. Or you could maybe make one of them into the desktop accordion project, or both of them that way, or one this way and one set of cards. It's totally up to you because you'll have the supplies either way to make all 8 cards or both of these. So I hope you enjoy that kit. Hope you enjoy the inspiration and the pretty flowers, and thanks so much for purchasing your kit.